beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It's somewhat of a gloomy day outside, which is kind of disappointing and kind of discouraging because I'm literally about to straighten my hair like right now. But anyways, y'all, so as you can see by the title, today's video is going to be like a girl talk video, which I rarely do on my channel, which is even more of a reason why I wanted to do it this time, because it's not often that I just have the chance to get on here and just be vulnerable and be transparent with you guys. And so I don't know, I'm kind of excited to do the video because yeah,
bro, what are you talking about, man?
but yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that, okay, well, first of all, today is January 21st. And so if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that last night before I went to sleep, I posted a little thingy on my story, basically asking you guys to send me little girl talk questions and stuff like that. And so a few of y'all sent it, but then it wasn't until this morning I was like, wait, why you didn't post the thing on YouTube too? And so I definitely forgot. I should have posted it on here too. But anyways, that's why y'all should be following me on Instagram, because obviously they just get first dibs to everything. And yeah, I really look a hot mess right now. So I'm gonna be answering the questions that were sent to my DM. It's not a whole lot or anything, but I'm also just gonna be talking to y'all because why not? And I'll be having things to talk about too. And sometimes I feel like, especially like due to the fact that social media is no longer organic like it used to be, and it's just a whole bunch of vanity and fake perfect stuff, I think a lot of times it's hard to get on here and just talk about real life stuff, okay? But let me go ahead and get into these questions before I go off on a whole tangent with that. Let me find it. Oh yeah, and so obviously while I'm answering these questions, I'm going to be straightening my hair. As y'all can see, I kind of already blow dried and stuff like that. And so I'm straightening my hair because I'm going to do some more tape-in extensions in a couple of days, and I just wanted to go ahead and straighten my hair and get that out the way. But I'm gonna have to keep my hair wrapped, honey, because like I said, it's looking gloomy outside. So, but anyways, okay, so the first question that's on here says, how do you keep faith when things seem unbearable? Y'all disregard my reading because sometimes I literally forget how to read. But anyways, yeah, let me reread the question. How do you keep faith? How do you keep your faith when things seem unbearable? Now, okay, y'all, my bad. I had to come at like during editing and kind of touch on this question like a little more than I did in the video. Only because, like, as I was editing and just thinking about it, oh my goodness, my dog is going crazy. Hold on. Okay, but anyways, I wanted to kind of add on and to say that along the lines of just keeping my faith when times are unbearable or times are uncertain, I wanted to also point out that I wouldn't say it's more so, I feel like I'm yelling, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily me keeping my faith, but more so God choosing to keep me. And sometimes the words like flow in my brain, it's just hard to get it out to where people can understand. But to an extent, it's like God constantly giving me the ability, the capacity, and just the strength to keep moving, because at the end of the day, like Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so it's not by my own strength, my own patience, my own works that I'm able to, you know, withstand or overcome, but more so through the things that God has blessed me with and his help. And so that's one key thing I will say throughout all this, because, you know, it's hard. I'm gonna just say like that, it's hard, especially when people be trying you, child. It's harder. So with that being said, one thing I really try to make a point of, especially when it feels like times are unbearable or when it feels like the world is literally you versus the world, is that's fine. Just get a little closer to God, because he knows way better than us. He already beat it, defeated, and depleted the world. And so with that being said, even when I feel like I'm losing, I already know that my God has victory. And yeah, so y'all can see the rest of my answer, but I just feel like that was there, and hopefully that was a word for somebody. If this was actually face to face, I would probably ask you exactly what you meant by unbearable, but I'm just gonna go with what I got right now and just say that honestly, like, I would say it's more so of like a, let me zoom in, more so of like a daily daily battle type things, that type thing. Not that it seems like unbearable every day, but there are times when, and instead of unbearable, I'm gonna say uncertain. So it's like, for example, we don't know everything that God has planned for us, and we do have our individual wants and needs that may or may not go against exactly what God has planned for us. And so I know one thing that I've dealt with in the past is struggling to keep my faith when I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I don't know what he finna, have me do type thing. And so it became really hard, which is why it's very, very important for you to read the word, get into the word. And something that I've been doing a lot lately, because a lot of times I read the Bible, but I do not take notes. I don't take notes on anything. I hardly even take notes for class. So what I've been doing a lot of times that that has kind of been motivating me to go back and kind of read more in depth and stuff is I like to, let me flat iron, girl, what are you doing? See, don't do too much. But I like to, watch different little like sermons and stuff, and I also kind of, if I need to, will go try to look up an explanation or like just certain stuff. Like if there's a specific thing that I'm struggling with, I will probably, look up, okay, Bible verses about this, and either read or just listen to what somebody else kind of has to say about it, because that always helps. That's not to say that there still won't be times, or you won't still, have times like throughout your journey where things will still feel uncertain, and you will still have a hard time. Because another thing that I kind of deal with is just the fact that but yeah, just the fact that there are many people like, around me who may or may not believe, and just also having to constantly fight not only my past self and who I used to be, but also fight for who I currently am. Because even though like there are people who are no longer like in my life as in like friends and stuff like that, I still know that there are people who will look at me and look and see me, oh, she trying to give glory to God, blah blah, but she used to blah 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 blah. And the key word here is used to. And y'all will realize that if y'all haven't already, there are some people who will never let you live it down. Never let you live it down. And there are also some people who truly don't want you to live it down. Like, they want to always keep you in that shadow of, who you used to be and what you used to do. And I think that's another hard thing. But at the same time, it comes down to, first of all, who do you care about? Their opinion or God's opinion? And it's like, what I had to learn is to really start seeing myself not through the lens of how other people see me, but through the lens of how God sees me. Because in reality, a lot of people do not have our best interests at heart. And a lot of people, even, some people who follow you on Instagram, people don't like you. They just want to be in your business. And that's why I try to refrain from posting any of my business on Instagram or on social media, period. Because I'm like, girl, y'all don't even like me for real. You just want to be in my business just in case something pop off. So, yeah. And so, is that it? Is that all I have for that question? Yeah. I don't know. And then I guess the last thing, my dog is about to start going crazy. But I guess the last thing is, just don't be scared of losing friends. Because I know I talked about this in my the isolation episode of my podcast, and a lot of people kind of resonated with when I was talking about, like losing friends and having, people like leave my life when I decided to, be saved and follow and walk with Christ. But the thing is, I never said I was mad. I never said I was mad about it. It's definitely, ouch. It's definitely been a good thing. And not only did I not say I was mad, I also did not say like each relationship that left, left for a specific reason. So for example, whereas you could have, a falling out with your friend, y'all get into an argument, or y'all kind of break things off over text message. That's kind of a relationship where it ended. You know, there was an ending, there was closure type thing. Whereas we really don't talk about the people who were quote unquote friends and, you know, will hit you up like, hey, you know, trying to go smoke, or hey, free crib type thing, and then you're saved now. So once you hit them back like, oh no, I don't do that anymore, you just slowly never hear from them again. And so we typically don't talk about those, but those are included, and it's like, it's for the best. So what I will say is just don't regret it, and just always be in prayer. Like literally, that's the key right there. You just always got to be praying regardless. And so that's officially all I have for that question. Okay, this one says, oh child. This one says how to stay away from rap music because lately I've been struggling. Yeah, but to be honest, I just literally had somebody kind of text me about this. Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm struggling right now. And what I was telling them is, when it comes to stuff like music, you definitely have to use your discernment. And 9 times out of 10, we typically know what we should and should not be listening to. So that's the first part of it. But I also like said, when it comes to like rap music and stuff, I've always been like a bigger fan of like pop and R&B, and so rap music has never had that strong of a hold on me. I have listened to some, but like nothing too crazy. And so when it comes to that, I do have some other, you know, rap artists who are not secular that may sound like some of the ones y'all listen to. So if y'all want them, definitely DM me, and I have some. But what I will say is, like I said in the beginning, use discernment, because what I have noticed is, although I don't listen to a lot of rap music, in the past when I did listen to music, first of all, I either listened to very, very sad music that would leave me feeling very, very sad, or I listened to like that love revenge type music. So it's like, yeah, it's about love, but it's also about like, you know, sort of getting revenge or being mad at the dude who cheated on you for 3 years, like forever. And so I'm like, bro, if every time I listen to this song it makes me mad, it makes me think of, oh, this person, blah, 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 then maybe I should stop listening to this song. Or another scenario would be, okay, I did listen to rap music. Another scenario would be, I used to love listening to like Cardi B, City Girls, Meg Thee Stallion, etc. But the thing is, first of all, I had to humble myself, because not only am I not a city girl, when I would sit down and listen to it, it's like I'm rapping this stuff, but I don't even agree with it at all. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a city girl. I will definitely love to be in a relationship, and I am in a relationship right now. But like, still, some of the stuff I'm like, why am I saying about this if I actually would never want to live it? If I don't actually want to be in this position. And so that's another thing. And then a third thing when it comes to some of the music I listen to, because not only would it be about love, it would also be about sex, first of all. And at some point, now this is what I'll say. Most of the music I really love is like older type music. And one thing about like the older music is that you know what they're talking about, but they will literally hide it so well under like metaphors. So it's to the point where it's just like, you know, it is what it is. But nowadays, it's so explicit. Like, you finna tell me everything you do in the bedroom. No metaphor, no nothing. And so with that being said, like, when I listen to it, it's like uncomfortable. I don't even want to hear it. And this was my thought process even before I got saved. And so by the time like for me to get saved came around, I was already pretty much detached from all of that music I was listening to. And so the fact that it did not glorify God whatsoever kind of only put the icing on the cake for me. And so I think that's what you have to realize, because even now, like when I would hear a song in the store or whatever, now it's like I don't only hear the beat, first of all, because back then I would just hear the beat, the little tune, city girl making wish, like, you know. So but when I would listen to them, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not it. Like, what did you just say? Because that's how they get us. They be like, they'll hide the stuff they stand behind this crazy beat. And it's like, I actually do not agree. But this sounds well, but I do not agree. Yeah, but what I also will say is, do not sleep on these Christian artists. Now, I will say, I was kind of introduced to, and say what y'all want, I was kind of introduced to the not so cute side of like Christian rap, I guess, because my dad used to listen to like Christian rap a while ago. He don't do it no more, but he used to listen to Christian rap a while ago, y'all, and it was so bad. Like, it was so bad to me, right? And literally anytime he would be listening to it and we would get in the car and he's listening to it, I would legit pop my headphones in because I do not want to hear that mess. So I think that kind of skewed my entire view and my entire perspective of Christian rap for a very long time, until now when I came back around and had to find it for myself. And I've actually found some very, very good artists, and a lot of them literally sound similar to the secular artists that we all love and listen to, who we can hardly understand the words that are coming out of their mouth. So with that being said, do not sleep on these Christian artists. You can actually find a lot of them on TikTok as well. So yeah. Okay, she said, I have a serious question. Do you have any advice with dating as a Christian? Very good question, girl. Okay, I'd rather burn myself than have somebody else burn me, because I'm not paying you to burn me, child. But anyways, so advice with dating as a Christian. Okay, what I will say about this, why do I always say what I will say? What I'm gonna say is, but honestly, when it comes to dating as a Christian, it's a little weird, only because like when I started dating, like, we'll get into that another day, but when I started dating, yeah, I was quote unquote Christian, but I honestly didn't know half the things I knew now about it and how I should have went about things. But I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely not in the business of wasting time. And I was thinking this the other day, but my love life has literally been based off of romance movies for as long as I can remember. Like, I can't even tell y'all the age I started watching romance movies, but it's just to a point where I'm like, literally from the first time I probably watched Love and Basketball, Love Jones, what's some more movies, The Wood, just all these movies, y'all. Literally my love life has been based off of them, and I would say that was a good and bad thing. Good because being that I was in high school and middle school at this time, none of these little boys could meet my expectations, because my expectations were, I have a balcony in my house, or in my old house I did, and I need you, if you want to be with me, to come stand outside that balcony with a boombox on your shoulder and announce your love for me while playing my favorite song. So with that being said, it was like my expectations were already very high, to the point where they were unrealistically high, but also to the point where, like I said, I'm not in the business of wasting time. So if you don't meet that, or if you don't get close, bye. But also because of that, when I did date the few people that I dated, I feel like one thing this was good and bad as well, but I already had marriage in mind. Not as in, oh yeah, we finna get married. I ain't never tell nobody that except for this one person, but we wasn't even finna get married. That's a whole other thing. But okay. But yes, so I already had it in mind. Like, I had a whole fairy tale set aside in my head, and I think my mind was in the right place, but not quite. Because one thing is, and like I said, while I was doing all this, I really was not even like saved for real, so I did not know what I was supposed to be looking for in a guy, and even what a guy was supposed to be looking for in me, first of all. So I would date guys who were basically like me, like, oh yeah, I'm Christian, but I mean, what's the Bible? I mean, John 3:16, like what? And so now I will say, when you're dating, first of all, you want to be equally yoked, meaning, and take this how you want, but meaning, if you're at a certain point in your journey with God, you would not want to go date someone who is still in the world, still following after Lil Durk and everything Gunna doing type thing, or is not even on their walk with Christ. First of all, that's what I would say, because then things like I just said, unequally yoked. It's like you're here, he's here, and or vice versa, guys and girls. But y'all have completely different standards, completely different expectations, and completely different goals. And as a Christian, we should be dating with the intentions of marrying, or hopefully marrying that person someday. Now, will it always work out? No. But when you do have these things with God in mind, the odds are much better versus you just being like me and dating all willy-nilly and just, hey, you know, it is what it is type thing. Then the other thing I will say is, so first key, seek God first. Seek God first, and then also seek a person who loves God. That's first. Then the second thing is to know the word. Because back then, I would be that type of person where you don't have to be a certain age to know real love. You don't have to blah, blah, blah. And all those things are true. But I still did not know real love until I got saved. To the point where we look at worldly conditional love as love. Whereas the way as Christians that we should look at love is as what Jesus did for us on the cross, and how he's constantly pulling us from the fire and saving us from hell, first of all. And so I say this to say that honestly, growing up, I didn't really have many people in my life to like tell me what God thinks about sex, first of all, and also just, you know, tell me about God's definition of love, which is not how we see it today. God's love is unconditional. It does not fade, whereas worldly love is very conditional. Like, as we can see today, a lot of people don't like to date people who do not have money. So whether or not you love me is based on how much I have in my pockets, or how cute I am, or, you know, like what type of wig I'm wearing, or how long or short my hair is type thing. And that's just not it. And one thing that also came to me recently about love is that in the world we feel like when we love someone, that means that we should, you know, have sex with them, or that means like we should be sexually active. And that's what society tells us. It's like, it's okay to be having sex with someone that you love, but then society does not want to talk about how you like doing that, and then okay, if you don't marry the person, or how not all times does it work out. It does not work out all the time. That just goes to say, I think with a lot of things we're very confused and very, very misled, and that's more of a reason why we should definitely seek God in all things, including dating. And yeah, and just definitely ask for God's provision, his grace, and clarity when you're doing it too. And honestly, I think that's about it. But also look at the person's like fruits, and don't be so quick to date them, because I know a lot of times like I would be friends with a person, and I'm talking about like middle school, high school relationships, y'all. So I'll be friends with a person, and you know, they an interesting person, interesting. Then when we get in a relationship, it's like, okay, you kind of weird. Like, you're a whole different person. Like, this is just odd. And it's like stuff, and it's like, it's not until y'all break up when you start noticing the stuff that has been like present, but you were just clouded initially. So yeah. So the next question says, how to get boys to like you. No cliche advice, please. Oh man. Now this, it's a couple things. It's a couple things with this question. First thing is, I'll give you the answer being that I've never done anything to like quote unquote get boys to like me. If my hands were free, I'd be making air quotes right now. That's one. And honestly, even for the ones who did like me, I've never known why, because even in well, I do know why, because I have a very good personality. But even in like middle school and elementary school, when boys would like me, child, if you would have seen me in elementary school, it's literally like, I literally like boo-boo the food, first of all. And so I don't know the half of getting a boy to like you, but what I do know is, first of all, you shouldn't be getting anybody to like you. I think the first thing is that you should like yourself. First of all, that's one. But not through the scope of how we're taught that we should love ourselves and like ourselves and stuff, but I think we should look at things, and I don't know if you're Christian or not, but I think we should look at things regardless through the scope of God loves me, and so I like me. And so I like me. And it's like, I think a lot of times society teaches us like all these like vanities and surface level, oh, I thought it was raining, surface level outside things that should bring us more towards liking ourselves, and like, you know, just physical things. Oh yeah, you know, self-care, but nobody talks about the internal stuff. Like, you should like yourself internally and externally, regardless, you know, if boys like you or not. I don't have an answer for that one, because like, I know you're saying like no cliche answers, but in my mind I'm like, child, like, and I be feeling like a grandma sometimes, but I'm like, child, you try to get boys to like you, need to get God to like you type thing, or, you know, I don't need boys to like me because God like me. But anyways, yeah, like, I don't know, because I don't know. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm about to go off on a tangent, but I think the focus should be changing the narrative, because I don't know if you know this, but you definitely are beautifully and wonderfully made in the image of God. And so it's like, for me, something that I have been working on is just seeing everyone as image bearers, whether, you know, I like them, I don't like them, like. And I think, first of all, when you realize that and love yourself due to the fact that you're truly loved by God, I think that kind of changes, first of all, the narrative, and changes the perspective on how you look at yourself. Because like we see all day, you cannot want someone to like you more than you like yourself, first of all. So I think it kind of just changes your entire walk. Like, it changes your entire perspective, and also has an amazing effect on your confidence. And what we notice nowadays is you ain't even gotta be all that cute, you just have to be confident. And I think when you're confident in the fact that, like I said, you're beautifully and wonderfully made in the image of God, not in the fact that, oh, I'm cute, my hair's done, hopefully somebody will like me. Like, your confidence should rely on what God thinks about you, not on what others think about you, to the extent where your confidence is conditional, or your confidence is only there so, you know, hopefully people think I, you know, look good enough to like me. And so that's what I will say, because even back then, like I said, I was looking a hot mess, but I was a confident hot mess. So I'm still not, you know, riding the whole get boys to like you, because don't just don't do it. It's not important. But that's what I'll have to say. Just, you know, why do I keep saying that? But just, you know, a message about confidence. Let me get back to straight in there. Child, this is gonna take all day. Okay, and so the next thing says bad period experience. That is so funny, girl. I don't even know if I want to tell y'all this. First of all, I'll tell y'all. It's okay. It's not that embarrassing. It was in 5th grade. Okay, so basically, my bad period experience was, like I said, in 5th grade, and I think that's when I started my period, in like 5th grade. And it was so crazy because, like, around that time, like 5th to probably 7th grade, I was like so tomboy. Like, I literally refused to wear a purse. I was in love with like cargo shorts, like sweatpants type things, and I play basketball too, so I'm always, you know, wearing a little sweatsuit or whatever. And so, because I refused to wear a purse, I rarely had anything to carry pads in. So literally, it'll be to the point where I'm like, okay, I know I need to be carrying pads, but either, okay, that, and I also did not have a period tracker. I knew nothing about period trackers or whatever, anything like that. And so, like, it was just, you know, willy-nilly type thing. I didn't even know those things existed. And so I didn't even know that, you know, it was about to come on. And what happened was, I think I may have like felt something when I was in class, right? And I think periods were such a nerve-wracking experience, like when they first started, because I was just like, bro, like, what is this? Especially if, I think in my 5th grade class, it was only a select few other girls who were going through it, but it was only like, it was somewhat of a secret, because if it's not something that everybody is kind of at the same level with right now. So although I may have been going through it and maybe a couple other girls have, none of us knew, because like none of us kind of wanted to be going through it, nor did we know what we were doing. So this one day I was in social studies class and I had on like this black puffer coat, and I was sitting in my chair, and I was luckily wearing black pants, and I don't know, I just felt it. I felt something, but I didn't know what it was. I just felt something, right? So I'm sitting there, and next thing you know, I think I was just sitting there. I was like, I don't know. And at some point, it just kind of felt like butt sweat. Like, I just low-key thought my butt was sweating. And I don't know what. Oh, I think I like scooted up to look at my chair, and I kind of saw a little bit on the chair. And so I was like, bro, like, this is so embarrassing. Mind you, this is a full class. Like, we're literally like, people in, like, we all in the class. And the class is probably about 30 people. I got somebody sitting next to me, across from me, on the other side of me. So it was just like, uh-oh, like, okay. So I did not want to ask to use the bathroom, because first of all, and I don't like this. First of all, in elementary school, and just like in middle school too, teachers literally want to make a spectacle out of you because you want to use the bathroom. Like, let me just go to the bathroom. And I'm like, why? What you gotta do? You just went. And I'm like, I don't feel like I need to walk up to you and be like, hey, I'm on my period, can I please go to the bathroom? Like, no, you just need to let me go regardless. So, and don't even get me started on the nurse's office. What's wrong with you? Like, bro, like, oh, that should be against the law. And so I did not want to ask because my teacher was already extra. And so, yeah. And so I waited until class ended, because that was already my last class of the day. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm literally about to go home in not too long. And I knew nobody could see it because my pants were black anyway. So, yeah. So the bell rang. It's time to get up and leave. And I got up and I saw, like, it wasn't like, okay, I'm trying to explain it in a way that don't sound so disgusting, because it really was not disgusting. It literally looked like, I don't know, but it was not like crazy, like, but it was embarrassing. But so yeah, I got up. I kind of tried to wait till all the people around me got up, so I was packing up extra slow. And then when I got up, I kind of saw like a little bit, but it wasn't like, oh, nasty, because I had been sitting on it. So it was to the point where it just literally looked like I maybe wasted a little bit of like drink, and it had like dried up on the chair or something. And so literally, and don't judge me, this is a safe space, I had my jacket sleeve and literally just kind of wiped the chair, trying to get it up so I didn't leave any evidence. And I got my stuff and I left, y'all. I left. And so when I left, I didn't go to the bathroom or anything, because what was I gonna do? First of all, it's time to go, so if I go to the nurse, I'm gonna miss the bus. But then also, I don't have any pads, so what's the point of me going to the bathroom? So I left, and as I'm walking down the hallway, we had to like walk in lines, and we also had to sit in the class and wait for our bus number to get called. So when our bus number got called, we kind of had to walk in the line down the hallway. And as we're walking down the hallway, I'm walking, and I almost made it. And so my teacher, I hear my teacher come down the hallway yelling. She's like, Jania, Jania, Jania. And so she comes up to me, and so she like pulls me to the side, and I'm like, yeah. And so she's like, are you on your period? Did you bleed in my chair? And so I'm like, bro, first of all, I'm telling you, spectacle. Like, my teachers, bro, back then they literally used to try to embarrass you. Like, bro, my teachers used to put me out in the hallway, like as soon as class started and everything, like walk in the class, there's your chair out in the hallway. So I said no. She said, are you sure it's okay if you are? I said no, because no, ma'am, I can't trust you, because now you finna try to make me miss the bus, and then you finna take me back and try to spread the chair and clean it all up and stuff. And so she knew it was me because that was my seat. Like, what do you mean? And she was like, and so she asked me, she was like, well, did you see anything in your chair when you sat down? So I'm like, I don't think so. And so she was like, okay, like she knew I was lying, which I was. And so after that, I just got on the bus, went home. And I think when I was on the bus, I just like sat on my jacket or whatever, so I didn't have that mistake again. And then yeah, child, yeah, that was my bad period experience. And that is so annoying, because it's just so annoying. I think like when I first started my period, it was just so nerve-wracking, y'all. I just literally hated it. Because another time, And this is kind of like a shorter one. But another time, like I said, I didn't want to carry pads. And so this was in middle school when I actually kind of knew a little better. Like, okay, cool, it's going to come on. And just to have something just in case. But I didn't want to carry a purse. So what I would do is I would have like sweatpants or any pants or spandexes on. And if I, you know, like, okay, if I needed some pads with me that day, I would literally get like 3 or 4 and literally coat them or have them on like a tool belt under like my spandexes or whatever. So literally put them under my belt and have my belt latching them in. So when I go to the bathroom, just whip it out the tool belt and use it type thing. But this one day I had on my sweatpants and I did not remember that I had pads in my tool belt instead of, I don't know why they wasn't just in my pocket. But instead of, yeah, so I had pads in my tool belt. And so I went to the bathroom. So I, you know, untied my little sweatpants and whatnot. And I was already untying my sweatpants as I was walking in the bathroom. And I did not notice my pad fall down my pants leg onto the floor. Now, it was a brand new pad type thing. So, yeah, onto the bathroom floor. So I'm in the bathroom. I'm peeing. And middle school girls are so annoying. But somebody was like, somebody done dropped the pad on the floor. And so I'm looking like, that's when I checked my tool belt. I'm like, ooh, somebody dropped the pad on the floor. So I got out the bathroom, was washing my hands, and I was just looking like, I wonder whose it is. And so literally, I think they were still in the bathroom because they be in there flat ironing their hair and stuff like that. So literally I just had to walk over my pad, y'all. I just left it there. And then I think I just ended up like, I don't think I needed one later or something. Or I may have had like extras or whatever in my gym locker. But yeah, child. Terrible experiences. But okay, next question. She said, what are your shaving tips for everywhere? So for my armpits, I use an electric razor, one that I can literally just 2 times, because when I use actual razors, they're a little too close to my skin, and I think too many goes irritates my skin, so I cannot shave my armpits unless it's with that electric razor where I just go and it's not that close to the skin. But preferably when I have the patience, I like to wax my armpits. It does hurt a little bit, but it's more of like a mental pain. First of all, it's like a mental pain if I have to rip it myself, but if I can pay for it, I'll go pay for it. But I wax my armpits and I feel so much better, and I don't have any like irritation or, you know, just anything after the fact. Then down there, I cannot shave at all, y'all. Like, not as in I'm just terrible at it, because I'm good at it, but my skin does not like it, y'all. It legit, anytime, like, since I've started shaving, and I've watched all the shaving videos, everything, but legit feels like a freaking diaper rash. Like, girl. And I have sensitive skin, so that's just me. And so I'm sorry, I'm not looking for no recommendations, but oh yeah, do this, child, because I didn't, what did thing get? Hold on. Yeah, because I got the tan skin, all that type stuff, and I actually use this after I do shave my armpits, and, you know, feels good. And I still use this after I wax and stuff, because, you know, still good for, you know, the ingrown hairs, sprays and bumps, yeah. But girl, shaving down there, it's a no for me. It's a no. I just wax, y'all. I just literally wax, and honestly, I think I probably paid $20 to go get a little bikini wax. And that's just sometimes, because I actually do have my own wax and wax heater. But truly, like I said, it's mental stress. And sometimes I do not have the patience or tolerance to sit there and rip it myself every time. And so I wax. And I honestly, bro, if I had the money, I would literally get a freaking, I don't know, laser treatment and just take it off, period. I don't even want it no more. So yeah, those are my shaving tips. Oh yeah, my legs, I also can use a little electric shaver I have on my legs, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, only because the electric shaver does not get like that close contact with my legs, so they don't be looking as smooth as I want them to. So if I want to shave my legs, I just use a razor. I don't really get irritation or anything on my legs. Oh, I low-key missed the spring. I really want to shave my legs so I can go to the beach or something. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I think that's just about the last question. As y'all can see, I answer about 10 minutes per question at this point. But yeah, child, what do I want to talk about? Okay, Well, I wanted to talk about with y'all, and y'all can definitely join the conversation in the comments or DM me if something I say you just want to respond personally, because I do respond most of the time. But what I wanted to talk about was just getting your life together. And not what y'all think. I ain't even tell y'all how to get y'all lives together, because I don't even know my dang self. And what triggers me, and I'm happy I'm actually doing this video, like I'm really low-key proud of myself, because what triggers me is, as y'all may have or may have not noticed, I have not been as consistent and as like active in, I thought my dog was in the trash can, but in generating the content that I love, that obviously, you know, I want to do. Now, as far as it goes with, you know, like hair videos and stuff, like I love my hair videos more so like the tutorials, not the wig installs. Which, I mean, wig installs are cool, but like as a company, first of all, I feel like those companies kind of, they sometimes they don't sit right with me, but also it's just like, I feel like from a subscriber point of view and a creator point of view, I don't like dedicated videos. Now, the bills got to get paid, but I would definitely much prefer for me to just, listen, I'll do your little wig at the beginning, and then let me get into what we're here for. But dedicated videos, in my opinion, are bad for business. Just my opinion. Unless it's a really, really, really good wig, and or something that really, really, really needs a demonstration. Like, for example, people needed to learn how to put on headband wigs and stuff like that. So, you know, different stuff. Or I gotta show you how to dye a wig. Cool, but you just want me to slide it on and... Okay. But back on track. Yeah, so just in generating the content and stuff that I want to do, and I actually have lists. I actually, you know, content plan here and there, and have a good amount of like ooh, good amount of like ideas that I want to like complete for like my YouTube channel and just for video ideas and stuff like that. But the thing is, I am not a good steward of my time. Like, I just do my time dirty. And also, when I do that, a lot of times I get discouraged. And it's like, for me, I'm the type of person where I'm not really easily discouraged for certain things. And it's so weird, because I always go through this phase where I'm like, okay, we just gonna do this instead of doing this. Even though this is kind of working for me, I'm just not working for it. But we're just gonna, you know, move on anyway, instead of working harder. That's the thing. I be running from hard work sometimes, and it's low-key annoying, because then I have the audacity to complain about something, and it's like, girl, you ain't even do what you're supposed to do. And I think a lot of times I don't like to get on here and fake. And it's not like, my dog is talking, but it's not often that I actually do get on here and fake. But I know, for example, I see videos like this all the time. Getting my life together, you know, like, just, you know, stuff like that. And I will literally do getting my life together, but my life still be a mess behind the scenes. Like, for example, and I knew this was gonna happen, I did a deep clean video, deep cleaning my room. Child, room been a mess since. And I think in that video I told y'all how I struggle with putting up my laundry. And literally, y'all, I think that was New Year's, bro, my laundry was still in that basket waiting to get folded and put up till probably like January 7th. And it's funny, but it's not funny at the same time. But that just goes to say, I'm trying to get out of this trap of being, what's the opposite of organic? Forced, I guess. Forced, modified. Yeah, because even up to like Instagram, I was thinking how back in the day, like, Instagram used to be so organic. Like, okay, look, I got this stuffed animal for Valentine's Day, y'all like it? It was $10 at Walmart, period. But now it's just like, make sure you tune your face, make sure your outfit match, make sure your nails are done, teeth are whitened, shoes are real. And I wear fake shoes, I do not care. Shoes are real, bag is real. Your hair don't gotta be real, it just gotta be cute. Filter, grain, saturation, vibrance. And it's like, all that is cute, all that is good, but sometimes I just want to post. Sometimes I just want to post, and I think, like I said before, I get discouraged because it's like, oh, Jania, this don't look material, girl, hun. This is not giving what it's supposed to give. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that way, and I know I'm not the only one who sees it, because why do you think so many people decided to make spam pages? And I think spam pages are, I had one in the past, and I was like, maybe this is not what I meant, because what I've noticed with spam pages is this is the spectrum. This is the spectrum. And so in the middle, we have, organic. So we have organic content in the middle, right? And then over on this end over here is the forced influencer luxury content. And over here on the other end is the forced / awkward oversharing spam post. And the thing is, you can be organic without telling people all your business and literally posting about the fact that you're sitting on a toilet or you have to go pee. And so that's why I feel like sometimes it's hard to navigate what you want to do, because it feels like there is no in between. But in between forced and freaking forced luxury and vanity and forced realness and reality is organic, guys. It's organic. And the reason I say I'm not the only one who realizes that is because, as we see, a lot of people don't do the in-between on their pages. As you see, my page is somewhat between that whole forced vanity and luxury type thing, which I'm kind of trying to get out of. And then other people's on their spam pages, like some people will have the forced vanity and luxury and then have a separate page, a whole spam page with the etc. versus one thing, organic, call it a day. And so, like I was saying, the reason I say other people notice this is because we have those people, right? But then we have the people, and I've been seeing a lot of this, and I'm like, what is going on? Because then we have the people who, because they don't really know where they fall in between on this spectrum, they just don't post at all. Just don't post. Literally just profiles, no pictures, maybe not even a profile picture, and just don't post. And I'm like, it's funny because I kind of understand both sides, and I'm like, sometimes I don't want to post. Sometimes I can go 3, 6 a year without posting, but at times I'm like, but I kind of do want to post. And I just saw this cute coffee shop in Atlanta, and I really want to tell y'all about it, but is it aesthetic? And so that's something that I feel like has personally been taking a toll on me and all the other internet girls as a whole, because everything does not have to be aesthetic. And I'm like, I would sit there, because on YouTube I would see this trend too, but finding your aesthetic, matching your aesthetic. I'm like, girl, what is my aesthetic? Because on one end, I love to dress casual. I love to dress comfortable, sweatpants, Uggs all day. But on the other end, I love to be sophisticated, matching. It is what it is. And then on the other end, I love to be professional, give me a blazer like type thing. But on the other end, I want to wear a pink wig. So where's my aesthetic? And I just hate feeling like I have to, why do I keep seeing stuff? But I just hate feeling like I have to fit in a specific box. And so yeah, that's just something for me, and hopefully this touched some other people. But it really is easy to get discouraged, and man, it really is easy to feel like you're just like failing, or you're just like, or to just get in a rut and feel like you're just doing everything wrong and nothing's going right, and so you might as well just keep it that way, like just let it keep going wrong and just keep failing type thing. I always say type thing, but that's when, like I said, I always have to get in the word. And I always, like, I literally at this point listen to sermons for fun, because not only are they informing, but they're very reassuring as well, because there are things that other Christians have seen and have learned that I have not yet, learned. And there are things that, they have to offer to me that I could also potentially use to help other people. And yeah, I was just thinking about that, but It's so funny hearing myself go off on tangents, y'all. But let me make sure I don't get any more questions. But yeah, y'all, I think honestly that'll be it. I feel like this video already long enough at this point. But listen, for those of y'all who may be struggling with music or anything right now, my taste is a little different. But I will, if y'all want me to make a playlist, and I'll share it with y'all, because I found some nice artists lately, and I already have had a couple, but I found some nice little rap artists and stuff like that lately. And so if y'all are interested in that, hit me up and let me know, and I will either send y'all a list of artists. Like I emailed this one girl a list of artists that I listen to, or I can just make a playlist and send it to y'all, and then y'all can save it and then add or remove from there. But yeah, y'all, I enjoyed this girl talk. I know I obviously be rambling, but I like to talk. That's one thing about me. I love to talk, honey. But y'all knew that. If y'all have been here for a minute, y'all already know that I can literally talk all day. But yeah, so if y'all like the girl talks, let me know. And I will keep doing them because they're kind of fun when I have the time to do them. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like this... Don't go on a tangent, Jania. Don't even do it. You said just for the end of this video. But yeah, y'all. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below. And I don't know. Just say hey or something. So yeah, you already know. Smack that subscribe button down below. And I will see y'all on my next video. I'm sorry that y'all couldn't see the final result of the flat iron. Maybe I'll put it at the end of this video. Okay. Bye. Ooh. Okay, y'all, so I just came back to show y'all my little silk press, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a satin press because not too much silk going on. But my hair has actually grown a lot. Like, oh dang, my battery from died. Yeah, my hair has grown a lot. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I'm gonna do a video on what they call tape and extensions. So if y'all want to hear some more about my hair, just go watch that video.